Welcome to the 157 meeting of Nagpur Toastmasters Club. My name is Toastmaster Monish. Being the Sergeant at Arms for the meeting, it is my pleasure to be the first speaker today. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we begin the meeting, please follow the rules as stated. Please refrain from talking about sex, politics, and religion. All attendees must mute their audio all the time unless instructed. Do not share your screen unless asked by the host. Now I would like to request the guests to share their contact details on the chat box, please. And with this, I would like to hand over to the proceedings to our presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Ali Akbar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manish. Good evening and welcome everyone to the 157th meeting of Nagpur Toastmasters Club. Okay, can I have a shout out from everyone if you can hear me clearly?
Yes.
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 Thank you so much. We have the smiley and the other emoticon that can be used often to make the speaker know that he's been heard. What is Toastmasters? Toastmasters International is basically a platform for public speaking and leadership skill. Now, you wouldn't be surprised that today I can sit in Nagpur and be a part of a club which is there in US. I can be in a club which is somewhere in Malaysia or Singapore. So overall, we have Toastmasters clubs in 143 countries. We have 358,000 members and more than 16,800 clubs in the world. This is what is Toastmasters all about. To move further, I would like to know the guests, those who have joined in today. So let me just go on my screen to see who are the guests. I would request all the guests, if you can give your name and the reason why you're here. And I hope you've already put down your contact details with mobile number on the chat box. So who's gonna introduce themselves first? Do you want me to pick your names? Okay, I see the first name as guest Chandrasekhar Mankar. If you can kindly unmute yourself.
Hello, am I visible to you, sir?
Yes, you are visible, Chandrasekhar.
Okay. I'm Chandrasekhar Mankar. I'm from Nagpur. I'm joining this Toastmaster meeting for the second time. I have attended the last meeting. I loved it so much. And actually, I was not able to join earlier the last time. So I didn't wanted to miss something. So today I have joined as early as possible. Thank you so much.
That's great. That's great, Chandrasekhar. Welcome. So happy to see your big smile. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
I call upon guest Dilip. Guest Dilip. If you can unmute yourself and introduce us. Guest Dilip. Okay, we move forward. Let him come when he's ready. Guest Yushra Ahmed.
Well, hello everyone. I hope I'm
Hello.
audible.
Yes, you are.
Yes, so my name is Yusra Ahmed. I am 19 and I was looking for a forum which can help me grow to be an effective communicator. And I came across Toastmasters and I was fortunate to come across Toastmasters and here I am.
Oh, that's great, Yushra. So nice to connect with you. Thank you so much. And I'm sure you will love the meeting today. I call upon guest Sriram.
Is I'm audible?
Yes, you are, Sriram.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So
This is Sriram from TTM Sriram from DXE Chennai chapters.
Mhm.
So first time I'm attending this meeting, and I saw the club page in the social media, and one of your club member, Toastmaster Shifali, is my friend. So she invited
Mhm.
me, and it's been long pending assignment because 2 months I was little bit occupied with the taking sessions in the other club, so that's where I
Okay.
couldn't join in. So because most of the club timings falls in this moment, either morning 10:30 to 12 or evening 7 to 9.
7
So
to
9,
yeah.
and this falls in the same time, so I couldn't attend. But today I just managed to attend it, and I told I'll be right there. So and attending for the first time, and I've been into TM for 6 years.
Wow, that's great, Sriram. So lovely to have you. And Chennai being a city where I've lived for past 20 years, it's great to connect with you.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, after the meeting, definitely we'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
thank you, Sriram. Can I call upon guest Gaurav Jejani?
Hello, sir. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, Gaurav, you're audible. That's
Yeah.
a beautiful
So, hello,
background you
everyone.
have.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Gaurav Jojani. I am a graduate of Christ University, Bangalore. And my association with Toastmasters has been since almost the first year of college. And I'd like to inform all of you that I have been a co-founder of a Toastmasters club, a local chapter in my own college. So that has been my association with Toastmasters. And I am based in Nagpur. I am from Nagpur. So I came across a page of Toastmasters on Facebook, and that is how I came into contact with the club. And this is my first meeting. So I look forward to all the speeches that I'll get to hear today. And thank
Sure,
you for having
Gaurav. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you on board with us. I call upon guest Renuka Das.
Yeah. Hello, I am Renuka Das, and I came to know about Toastmasters through my colleague, Toastmaster Niyamat. And now, and I meant to attend these meetings since many months, but I couldn't attend them. And then I came in contact with Toastmaster Ali Akbar through Pick a Book. And so today I asked him for the link, and I said that I want to attend it, and I'm looking forward to join Toastmasters, but I just want to attend it and get a feel of it first. So I am here to attend today.
You're welcome, Renuka. I'm sure you'll have a lovely
Thank you.
time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And I see someone named Shan, Shan.
Yeah. Good evening.
Okay, that's Shantanu. Hi.
Shantanu. So good evening to all Toastmasters as well as guests like me. So this is my second meeting. Last time I had attended. So it's a very nice time. Means it was very good feeling. Last time I have attended all these discussion and so nice English conversation between all the participants. So I am based right now. I am in Nagpur. So I would like to attend. This is my second time. So let's have a good time together.
Thank you, Shantanu. It's lovely to have you on board again. And thank you, all the guests. I'm sure all of you will enjoy and have a very good time. Let's move on. And before we move on, I would like to welcome our area director, Toastmaster Dipalika, for this meeting today. So I hope everyone is ready. Let me see some energy, some enthusiasm. Show me your emoticons, or you can show me your thumbs. Yes, are we ready, everyone? Okay, so I now hand over to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sangharsh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Akbar. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Toastmaster Sangharsh for today's meeting as a Toastmaster of the day. So guys, as you all know that the theme is the strangest secret. And I really feel that I should share with you guys. So before we move ahead with the meeting agenda, I would like to share something that I came to know very late in my life. That is the strangest secret in the world. Many years ago, the Nobel Prize winning doctor Albert Schweitzer was once asked by a news reporter, "What's wrong with the man today?" Now, let me share my screen with you guys. And the doctor silent a moment and he said, "Man simply don't think." And this is the strangest secret I would like to share and present to you. This was shared by the American author and the radio speaker Earl Nightingale. He said, "We are living in the world, and this is the era where humanity worked towards for thousands of years. But when we are here, we take it for granted." He said, let's take an example of 100 men today who start at the age of 25, and what happened to them by the age of 65. And this is the result. 1 will be rich, 4 will be financially free, 5 will be still working, and 54 will be broke. Why this? Only 5% achieve success, and why there are 95 failed achieving success? Well, we will discuss this further. Let's move ahead with the meeting agenda. That our meeting is divided into 3 different parts. First part, that is the prepared speeches, where our speakers present their prepared speeches. Second part, that is which is interesting part, where the member as well as the guest can participate. It is impromptu speech. And the last round is evaluation round, where the evaluators present their evaluation report. Well, we have different role players for the meeting. To share this, we have a general evaluator for the meeting. Now I would like to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Monica, to describe her role. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Monica.
Check. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the general evaluator for this meeting, and it is my duty to evaluate everything, and it's also my duty to conduct the evaluation round. To put it briefly, it is my duty to applaud all the good practices and suggest areas where improvements can be made, if any. To help me do this, I'll be ably assisted by a team that consists of the timer, the grammarian, and the hour counter. So let us put our hands together and invite the timer for this meeting, Toastmaster Ali Akbar. Zoom Master, can you please spotlight Toastmaster Ali Akbar?
Hello and good evening and welcome back. One of the skills that we learn as a Toastmaster is to conduct a program or deliver a speech within strict time limits. As a timer, I am responsible for keeping track of time throughout the session. Today, we have 3 prepared speeches and they all are icebreakers. We call it an icebreaker marathon. The duration of the speech will be 4 to 6 minutes, or to say 240 to 360 seconds of their life. I would request all the speakers, evaluators, and role players to pin me on their screen so that you can have a clear visibility of my backdrop. If you see, my backdrop will keep changing. To give you an example, my screen backdrop will change to green. This is for speakers. My screen background will change to green when it's 4 minutes, yellow when it's 5 minutes, and red when it's 6 minutes. So 6 minutes is 360 seconds of your life. For table topics, for the impromptu speeches, we will have 1 to 2 minutes. That is 60 to 120 seconds. I will show the green color when it's 60 seconds, yellow color when it's 90 seconds, and red color when it's 120 seconds. All the speakers and all the table topic speakers will have 30 seconds on either side to qualify for both the rounds. For speech evaluators, for timer, for our counter and grammarian, we will have 2 to 3 minutes. So I will show green when 2 minutes up. I will show yellow when 2.5 minutes up. And I will show red when it's 3 minutes. The general evaluator will have 3 to 4 minutes. So I will show green at 3 minutes, yellow at 3.5, and red when it's 4 minutes. Now again, 30 seconds on either side of the timings to qualify for this round. Now, before the first day, I was here. After the last day, I will be here. And I will be here every moment in between. So you see, time as you conceive of it has no meaning for me. Time to me is quite literally all the same. There is no past, there's no future. To me, there is only now. So what exactly is time? Note my choice of words above. Time is as you conceive of it. Time is something you conceive of. Pay close attention to this, for I am about to relieve or reveal the legendary secret of time. I will reveal the legendary secret of time when I'm called upon again. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Akbar. The next member of my team is the R counter, that's Toastmaster Brajesh. As an R counter, he'll help us reduce the pauses that we take or use words such as R and O's to make our speech more effective. Let's welcome Toastmaster Brajesh. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Brajesh.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Brajesh, and today I'm playing a role of R counter. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I'll also listen for filler sounds, including I'll also note when a speaker repeats a words or phrase such as I or this means, that means. At the end of the meeting, I'll report the number of times each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brajesh. The next member from my team is the grammarian. That's Toastmaster Gauri. As a grammarian, she'll help us improve upon the language we use, because without grammar, we may mean something and end up saying something else. So let us welcome Toastmaster Gauri. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster.
Hello, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
So as the grammarian, my job is to pay close attention to all the speakers and take note of any incorrect usage as well as the good usage of grammar. Also, it's my job to introduce the word of the day and the phrase of the day. Can you all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So the word of the day is recondite. Its meaning is little known or obscure. For example, after lots of efforts by language specialists, Sanskrit is still a recondite language. And the phrase of the day is give away the game, meaning to tell something that you're trying to keep a secret. For example, the director built an excellent plot for the movie but spoiled the climax, giving away the game. I encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day and the phrase of the day. When a speaker uses the word of the day, we will appreciate by giving the thumbs up emoticon. And on using the phrase of the day, we will appreciate by giving the clap emoticon. I will also post the word of the day and the phrase of the day in the chat box. I will present my report when called upon during the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gauri. That's all from me and my team at the moment. I'll be here again when called upon to present reports and also the evaluation reports. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. So let's discuss something about the secret now. Now, what do you mean by success first? Why there is only 5% achieve success and the 95% failed achieving that? First of all, what do you mean by success? Success is the progressive realization of worthy idea. Success is a school teacher because he wants to be a good teacher. Success is a woman who is good wife and mother because she wanted to be a good wife and mother. Success is a Toastmaster Monish who writes awesome poems because he wanted to do that. Success is Toastmaster Ali Akbar, who is an excellent leader and mentor because he decided to do that deliberately. What do you want? Having said that, let's move towards the prepared speeches. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Ankit, and his speech would be evaluating by Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Ankit is giving his icebreaker speech, so I request all of you to give him a standing ovation after completing his speech. Now I invite Toastmaster Saurabh to give his evaluation norms. So Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Saurabh.
Am I audible?
Yes.
You are.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody, all Toastmasters and guests. I am the evaluator today for Toastmaster Ankit. Ankit is making his debut, and that speech is called The Icebreaker. The purpose statement for this speech is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of what makes a public speech. I wish Toastmaster Ankit all the best. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Ankit, can you able to pin your timer first?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello.
Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Ankit. Yes.
Checking again, I'm audible and visible to everyone.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Timer can start my time now.
Toastmaster Ankit, let me start first. Toastmaster Ankit, what is my destiny? What is my destiny, Toastmaster Ankit?
Hello. I didn't
hear
you.
Toastmaster Ankit, you can start.
Okay. So good evening, Toastmaster of the day, Sangarsh, fellow Toastmaster, and all dear guests. Today, it's my great privilege that I'm delivering my icebreaker in such a wonderful meet with having such a wonderful theme. So about me, it was year 1994, month of September, on a rainy day, I took a birth on this earth in the city of Nagpur. I was a second child to my parents, and my first child to my parents was my elder sister. As I was the younger son, I was brought up in a very pampered manner, and my parents did everything for me and gave a perfect upbringing to me that I all needed. So when I was in my school, I discovered my interest for machines. So my aim in life was quite clear to become a mechanical engineer. So the day I came out of the school, I took admission in diploma in mechanical engineering in GP Nagpur. After that, I also did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Nagpur itself. So 3 years back, I got graduated from KDK College of Engineering, and I was having a bachelor's degree, but still something was missing from my life. I was thinking to make a career and a profession that will allow me a more unique identity to my life. Yes, I was a person with just a mechanical bachelor's degree, but that was not only everything for me. I wanted to do something unique. I always wanted to stand apart from the crowd. So something tragic, and not tragic I would say, but something more interesting happened. I never thought of joining armed forces in my life, but at that time my mind, my heart, my soul used to ask me one thing only, that Ankit, what is your identity? So in that time period, I happened to meet a lot of people from defense background. Some of them were group captains, squadron leaders, former army colonels, and all of them just motivated me for armed forces. And yes, if you are doing something for your nation, that means that is the biggest pride you can get in your life. So after that, I started preparing for my forces. I appeared for FCAT exam. I cleared my FCAT exam. I went for 5 days of SSB interview, and I did well there. But unfortunately, on the last day of interview, I got conference out. Apart from that, my mind was again telling me you need to do something more unique. You need to identify your identity. Same question used to come in my mind, what is your identity? So one day my friend Rohan came to my home and he told me that there is an NGO, Agnipam Foundation, and they are running a project for students of 10th standard.
Have we lost him?
There's some network issue. I think let's wait for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm audible?
Yes.
Yes.
So one day my friend Rohan came to my home and he told me that the NGO Agnipam Foundation is running a new project for visually blind girls of 10th standard, and they need volunteer for that work. So without biting an eyelid, I said yes to him and I started working for them. I used to teach that visually challenged students on weekends, and after a year, when their scores were out, they cleared their exam with a very flying colors, and that was the most emotional day of my life. Apart from it, when my mind asked me to identify more about me, I became a storyteller. I usually perform storytelling at open mics, and I love to do that because storytelling is something it allows you to share your heart and speak out in front of everyone. Again, few months back, I also discovered my interest for horse riding, because the best person that could be your friend in your life is your horse, because every horse is different. You get to learn a lot of things from them, and obviously dominating a horse is never an easy task because every horse is different. Some horses in every ride will test you, some will teach you, and some will bring out the best in you. After that, again, I only have my dream to pursue a career in armed forces, but unfortunately, because of my age criteria, I'm no longer eligible for Air Force. But yes, I'm trying for Indian Military Academy, and soon many of you will see me there in uniform. And yes, another thing, with this I would gonna conclude. I also developed my interest for public speaking, and will gonna take this legacy ahead. So nowadays, people are recognizing me as a social activist because of my NGO work, as a storyteller because of my open mics, and yes, recently people have started me recognizing as a Toastmaster. Yes, I'm glad that I got chance to join Toastmaster, especially NTC. And yes, thanks for such a warm welcome in the family. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankit, for such a beautiful speech. And we are happy that we have one storyteller in our club now. So with this, let's move towards our second speaker of the day, Toastmaster Dipali. Toastmaster Dipali.
We need to get feedback for the first speaker.
Host.
The link
I request all of you to take 1 minute and offer your feedback to Toastmaster Ankit, please.
I have forwarded a link in the chat, so please click on it.
Is 1 minute over?
No, we just have 10 more seconds to go. Okay.
Okay, now let's move towards our second speaker of the day, Toastmaster Dipali. Toastmaster Dipali is giving her icebreaker speech, so I request all of you to give her a standing ovation after completing her speech. And her speech would be evaluating by Toastmaster Vaibhav. I invite Toastmaster Vaibhav to give his evaluation norms. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Vaibhav.
Check. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Sangarsh. Since this is an icebreaker marathon, the evaluation criteria for Dipali's speech also remain the same. It will be her first speech. The purpose of this speech is to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speaking. With this speech, Dipali will move from being recondite to a well-known person in NTC. Let us see if she gives away the game or refrains from it. All the best, Dipali. Over to you, TMO.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaibhav. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Dipali. Okay, so Toastmaster Dipali, ride the tide, Toastmaster Dipali.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, thank you. Do I start?
Yes.
There is a little story that I want to share with you all today. There was once a man. He loved the oceans. He took his family out on a beach vacation. He carried his little daughter on his shoulders, and they rushed towards the waves. The waves are too big, Daddy. They'll engulf us, the little girl shrieked. Don't worry, he said. We'll turn our backs on the waves when they come crashing in, and then we'll tempt another wave. Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Dr. Dipali, and today I give you a peek into my life. Today, I bare my soul before you. The journey of my life started in a small town, Akola. My father was a reputed general surgeon. He was that quintessential good doctor who treated hundreds of people and earned peanuts in return, literally and figuratively. His patients could not afford to pay him, and so they paid back in love and in wishes, in things that they grew in their farm and in vegetables that they grew in their gardens. This farmer's son, a man from a humble background, who aspired to become a doctor much against the wishes of his family. He borrowed money from his friends and later on even pawned his wife's jewelry to achieve that dream. He was perpetually busy, overworked, and that left him with very little time to spend with us, with his family. But that did not keep him from trying to learn more about his children, to live their childhood with them. And to achieve that, he got a novel idea, wherein he would make us write essays in journals upon little things that we did at school, or games that we played after school, or things that we liked, or dreams that we saw. That was his way of connecting with us. And he made it a point to read out these journals when he'd be back from his work. And he continued to do so till the time he was snatched away by the cruel hands of destiny. The oceans that he had so much loved one day engulfed him. My mother, who till then had been a housewife, suddenly got propelled into this new world wherein she not only had to shoulder the responsibility of her children, but also of the hospital that my father had set up before his demise. She kept his dream alive. She emerged a winner out of this calamity that had befallen upon us. And today, I take it from her that I need to be courageous in the face of an adversity, that I need to root my feet firmly in and let the tide pass by. But back then, as a little girl who had just lost her father, lost the huge canopy that had been shielding upon her, I lost myself. I retracted into a shell. I didn't make many friends at school, and I even developed a jealous streak. But all this changed when I went to medical college, away from my hometown, away from the pity that I would see in people's eyes, away from the scrutiny, away from the overprotectiveness that there was back home. And I realized this new side to life, and I took upon myself to enjoy every moment of it, and I made lots of friends. And later on, I even married my then best friend, only to lose his friendship to marriage. And why I took up ophthalmology, there is a peculiar reason behind doing that. There was this associate professor in the Department of Ophthalmology, this handsome guy with Richard Gere type salt and pepper in his head and eyes that could smile. And the very idea of getting to spend 2 years by his side was enticing enough, and I became an ophthalmologist. Years later, I joined this group on Twitter called Therurians. The prizes for guessing who I really was. And one day, when I was thoroughly frustrated and totally exasperated, I decided to vent out into this article upon being a woman in a man's world. And guess what? Who appreciated this article? It was Dr. Shashi Tharoor himself, who retweeted it, commented upon it, and gave me a follow back. It was this day that rekindled love that I had for writing. The love which finds roots in my childhood in the affection, the fond memories that I have of my father. Words, he would say, they hold in them the power to convey more than what they mean. Use them sparingly, wisely, and justly. And as I do that today, it gives me immense happiness and peace when I write in bits and pieces. Let me leave you with a thought. Waves, they inspire us, not because they rise and fall, but because they never fail to rise after each fall. When we cannot swim against the tide, why not trust and put our faith into those currents and see where they take you? We cannot plan life. Life has its own plans for you. So ride the tide. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dipali, for such an awesome speech. I request all of you to take 1 minute and offer your feedback to Toastmaster Dipali.
Hello, sorry to interrupt in between. So much I am the other I'm being logged off and logged on. Please into it.
Not clearly audible, Monish.
You are not audible.
Hello, check. Am I audible?
Okay, yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Tell me.
Yeah. So I'm not able to see others' videos, and I had been logged off and logged on continuously to see into it. So master.
Zoom Master, please take care of it.
Okay.
Is 1 minute over?
Yep.
Okay. Now let's move towards our third speaker, Toastmaster Vedahi. And her speech would be evaluating by Toastmaster Niyamat. So help me invite Toastmaster Niyamat for giving her evaluation norms. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Niyamat.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pankaj. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Here before you, it gives me so much pleasure and joy because being a part of Toastmasters and being a part of this club is something I truly like. And I have hopped, skipped and jumped from another meeting, so glad to be here. I'm evaluating Toastmaster Vaidehi's first speech. She'll be delivering her icebreaker from the path of effective coaching. The norms of her speech are that she has to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structures of a public speech. This isn't the first time that she's delivering her speech. She's already an accomplished speaker, having finished her competent communicator manual. But this is just a revisit into her introduction. So I wish her all the very best. Timer, kindly note, the timings of her speech are 4 to 6 minutes. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Niyamat. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Vedahi. Okay.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Vedahi.
Am I audible
Yes, you are.
and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Toastmaster Vedahi, Circle of Life, Toastmaster Vedahi.
There was a little girl with 2 pigtails standing in her courtyard with a chalk and duster in hand, teaching her one and only student, Ashok, with a little blackboard next to her. She loved teaching her one and only imaginary student, Ashok, who, by the way, was named after the milkman. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop and start again. I didn't pin the timer, so I couldn't see the timer cards. Hello?
Yes. Okay, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, I'm unable to pin you, Ali Akbar. I don't know why. No, not able to pin you.
So, Master, can you help her?
Give me a minute.
Okay, there's some issue maybe because there's one more message from guest. Even he is unable to pin. And earlier also we had few members who were unable to pin the timer. Maybe in that case, what we can do is you'll have to spotlight me instead of the speaker. If
Yes, I can do that.
if that's fine with the speaker and the evaluator of the speaker.
I'm fine with it as long as I can see the time.
The evaluator?
Niyamat, can you pin Vedahi? Can you pin?
Are you?
Question is, can
I can't
Niyamat
pin
see?
her. I can see Vedahi. I was happy listening to her.
Yeah.
Can you pin her video?
Timer.
I can't pin her. No, I can't pin her.
Yeah, I
So
can't
once
pin the time.
Niyamat, can you check if you can see her?
I can see all of you all because I'm in a great view.
Okay, now can you see her?
Okay.
Yes, I can see Toastmaster Ali Akbar now. Yeah.
Okay.
Niyamat, can you see Vaidehi?
I can see her, yes.
Okay, so we
Okay.
are good to go then.
Okay.
Thank you. Ready when you are ready.
Yes. There was once a little girl who stood in her courtyard next to a little blackboard, a chalk and duster in hand, teaching her one and only imaginary student, Ashok, who, by the way, was named after the milkman. This little girl loved teaching in all her free time. Her whole household of 25 people knew of her student and her love for being his teacher. This little 6-year-old was me. In grade 5, I had to change my school, and I didn't like my school. I became introverted and mostly kept to myself. In grade 6, much to my own amazement, I was applauded for a presentation I did in a history class. That was the second time I had realized my love for presenting before an audience. Before that, the only time I presented was when I taught Ashok. In school, I was chosen for the poetry recitation competitions and pushed into participating in it in college by a friend. This reinforced my ability to add emotion to the words and deliver it before an audience. This very love made me choose training and development as my specialization when I went on to do my master's in management. After completing my master's, a love affair awaited me. One day, when I cleaned my house, I found buried beneath the debris of dust some beautiful books on baking. It had sparked something within me. It kindled an excitement like never before. The happiness I received from creating something that satiated people and made them happy is like no other. And hence, my love affair with baking began. Little did I realize that this love affair had to take a backseat for a new phase in my life called marriage. This new phase had a few keywords in it: a new city, new family, new people, and no friends. I had never imagined what the future would be like with these keywords in it. After the initial settling in time, which went on forever, I was lost. It was a difficult time in my life. I had lost all confidence. I didn't know who I was or what I loved anymore. I was very vulnerable. And that's when Toastmasters happened. It was the first time in a few years that I had stepped out of my home to be a part of a club, to face an audience, and to meet new people. As I entered the room at IPC, I saw before me all new faces except for Monica's. I couldn't muster the courage to go and introduce myself as a guest, so I quickly excused myself. But what brought me back to the second Toastmasters meeting was how comfortable people made me feel, how kind and accepting they were. The table topic segment was on. The very thing I dreaded happened. I was called upon to come and speak. My heart started pounding and I wanted to run away. Toastmaster Rinku, who was the table topics master, welcomed me with a wide smile and so much warmth. It was that warmth that fueled me to take those first few daunting but necessary steps. Then I learned an important life lesson: the power of a non-judgmental and accepting environment. Years passed and I slowly started to find myself. Met some wonderful people here, came across some wonderful opportunities, like the course I did with Toastmaster Nazanin, and felt a sense of belongingness that I so yearned for. From baking to working in a software company to training and so many things in between, life has been an adventure. In a few areas, life has come a full circle. Today, I do where childhood play has become a reality. Today, I do personal development with children, something that has always been very close to my heart. There has been a lot of learning. There has been a lot of growing. I try and see that I become better at every opportunity that comes my way, because I feel that you cannot give to the world what you don't have within yourself. As a quote reiterates this fact, that you cannot heal the world until you heal yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaidehi, for sharing your such a wonderful life lessons with us. I request all of you take 1 minute and give your valuable feedback to Toastmaster Vaidehi. Is 1 minute up?
10 more seconds. Yeah, we're good to go.
Okay. Now I request timer, let us know have all the speakers qualified for the vote?
Yes, all of them have qualified.
All right. Let's have a poll for the best speaker. Zoom Master, please launch poll for the best speaker.
Sorry, I haven't got any poll or any option.
Okay.
Personally message. You can, because you must be
Maybe you
working.
are the co-host. So you just send a message to
Just
Gauri
personally
and she'll
message.
know.
Yeah.
I will relaunch the polls. Vaidehi is not the co-host.
I'm not the co-host, but I still can't vote.
Maybe because you are on mobile, you might not get it. So whether you can send a message to Gauri, please.
I have got the feedbacks up till now, but the poll I have polled earlier from my mobile. I don't know what the problem is.
Vaidehi, you send me the
I
message.
can't even hear you.
You please send me the message on my personal chat who you want to vote. Okay, the polls are over. We are good to go.
Gauri, I wasn't able to vote.
Toastmaster Vaidehi, can you please message Gauri personally whom you want to vote?
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Sangarsh, the polls are over. We are good to go.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Gauri. Now, So let's move ahead. And we know that only 5% achieve success and 95% are failed to achieve success. Why some people fail and some people succeed? So here's the answer. Let's take an example of a little corn tree and a poison tree. A farmer has some land and it's good fertile land, and he saw both the plants in it. Guess what? Both plants grow and give in abundance. Land doesn't care what you plant in it. It will give you what you plant. Human mind works the same way. It doesn't care what you plant in it. It will return what you plant. It's up to you what you plant, success or failure, a concrete worthwhile goal or confusion, misunderstanding, fear or anxiety. It will return what you plant. So when it's so simple, why don't we people follow this principle of mind? Well, we will discuss this further after our second segment, that is table topic. So help me welcome table topic master, Toastmaster Shefali, to take the meeting further. So master, please spotlight Toastmaster Shefali.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sangharsh. Good evening, everybody. I'm Toastmaster Shefali, and I'm going to be the table topic master for today's meeting. Table topics help us to practice thinking on our feet. Impromptu speaking, which is table topic speaking, helps us develop 4 communication skills. First, listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. We are going to practice this today. For this, as a table topic master, I have prepared a few topics which I would give away to anyone I call upon randomly. Once I call upon a person to deliver their table topic speech, they would get 30 seconds to think on the topic, post which the timer will start the time. As timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Ali Akbar has said, the timings for table topics are 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, green card would be shown. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, yellow card would be shown. And at 2 minutes, red card would be shown. You get 30 seconds before and after this time slot. I also urge all the table topic speakers to use the word of the day and the phrase of the day. So are we all good to go? Who would like to come first? Any volunteers?
Toastmaster
Yeah,
Niyamat.
Wants to go.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, fine. So
We'll wait for somebody else. We'll wait for somebody else.
Okay, I do not see any nomination as of yet. So Niyamat, I think we can start with you. Zoom Master, can you spotlight Toastmaster Niyamat? Thank you. Toastmaster Niyamat, would you check your audio and video, please?
Check, am I audible?
Yes.
I think I'm visible also.
Yes. So Toastmaster Niyamat, your table topic is Your Thoughts on Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Toastmaster Niyamat, Your Thoughts on Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Your Thoughts on Secrets by Rhonda Byrne, Toastmaster Niyamat.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My thoughts on The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Although I haven't really read the book, I have been extensively following what it means and what it says and what it tells us on how can we live a more enriched life. We are living in the age of digitalization, and therefore, although I haven't read the book, being an avid reader, I have been following it on Instagram. And there's some wonderful posts that it posts every second day. My sisters and family members have always coaxed me into reading something which is more valuable and something which adds more color to life. Secret. It's such a beautiful word because it has got intrigue attached to it. It has got some drama element to it. Aren't we all full of secrets? Don't we all want to have an mystique air around us? I believe the secret that Rhonda Byrne is telling us is that ultimately everything that we do, we say, where we are, what we want to achieve, depends on our own self. We are responsible for our own actions. For every word I say, if I simply put a sorry tag to it, it doesn't mean anything. For every mistake I make, if I just brush it aside saying, oh, it will never happen again, it's not enough. As long as I realize that I am ultimately responsible for my own actions, I am the master of my own words. I can only truly make a difference to whatever I wish to do in life. And so I believe that is what the secret to all our wonderful portions and experiences in life are. Over to you, Toastmaster Shifali.
Thank you, Toastmaster Niyamat. Such a mature speech. I have a few nominations from guests. So, Toastmaster Sriram, would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure.
So, Master, could you please highlight or spotlight Toastmaster Sriram? Thank you. Toastmaster Sriram, please check your audio and video.
Yeah, you are able to hear me and see me?
Yes.
Perfect.
Your topic is a tricky one. Let's see what we get out of it. Your best kept secret. Toastmaster Sriram, your best kept secret. Your best kept secret, Toastmaster Sriram.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for allowing me to have that secret portion, which I always consider as a recontact personality for me, because in my district, I'm being considered as an open book. So if people comes to me, I really love the people who come and trust me and say out a lot of their secrets to me, rather than none of them have asked me, what is your secret from you, Sriram? But this gives me an opportunity to say my secret. If I stand up, you will not be able to see even an inch of my body parts, because I am heavier than 100 kg, and in height I am nearly 7 foot tall. That is why I am seating, but I have just removed few mosaic and I am seating out there, so that at least this part of my body you can see it up. To give away the time or the game, the deepest secret is that I am being the most sensitive character in the world. My parents find hard time to deal with me, and especially in COVID-19, each and every day is like a hell for them, and for me it's an heaven, because I'm a person who's too much sensitive. Even if I speak a word of the day, if the grammarian comes to the end and says all the name except my name, I will definitely go on thrasher. That is my level. But I always maintain my cool outside. I always smile outside, because I want to keep the sensitivity portion a recontact on my secret bags. Because, and dear Toastmaster, disclaimer is that 20 participants are here. Now I have left out my secret. Please keep it secret, because sometimes secrets are meant to be stayed secret, not to be open. If you open, then it reveals a dishonest behavior, right? So keep this secret, because I am a very sensitive guy. Don't tell it outside, because people are, I'm known for being a jovial guy, right? So that is my secret. I'm a sensitive. Apart, I love Toastmasters. I don't want to be that kept as a recontact, but sometimes in front of my project manager, who is also my Toastmaster and a member, I wanted to keep it as a recontact because I always tell him I don't attend Toastmasters. I am there entirely for the work because especially being working at home, he is miles away, country away. He doesn't trust me. So please don't tag me in any of your FB posts. Please do personally ping me so that I love attending your meetings. So these are the two recontact backs. Never ever tell to my project manager that I have attended your meeting, even on weekends. And I am an sensitive person, but I pretend to be cool. That's my game for you. Over to Table Topic Master.
Wonderful. I could so relate with the project master thing. Okay. Anybody else from the members would like to come up?
Vaibhav wants to come.
Okay. Yeah. Zoom Master, kindly spotlight Toastmaster Vaibhav. Thank you. Vaibhav, could you please check your audio and video?
Check. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Vaibhav, your topic is a secret you would want to let out today. Toastmaster Vaibhav, a secret you would want to let out today. A secret you would want to let out today. Toastmaster Vaibhav.
In my childhood, I was amazed by a scene that I usually saw. If you go on a riverside in a small village or some devotional place, you would see members getting their towels around, turning away from the family members, but changing open to the whole world that existed outside them. I don't know how many of you can recollect such things, but this is something that I fondly recollect. And that makes me wonder, the secret is a very subjective thing. We may want to keep it away from somebody, but it may not necessarily be kept away or kept as secret from everybody. So what we consider a well-kept secret from a wife or a boss may not necessarily be a secret across friends or a colleague. That's what happens when we consider or attach subjectivity to it. And it is a futile attempt to keep secret is what I feel, because as goes with the lies, if you keep one lie, you need to back it up with another one. That's what happens with keeping secrets also. You tend to get pressurized and you tend to worry about keeping that secret away from some part or some members of your life, but then one way or other, it so happens that the secret is open to the other people in your life. Coming back to the topic that I was given, honestly speaking, there is nothing that I want to keep as secret, and I haven't anything that I would want to let out in this meeting, because I believe that as much as my NTC family should know, they already know about me. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaibhav. As entertaining as it is always. Who would like to go next? Toastmaster Brajesh, would you like to try?
Shefali?
Yes, Toastmaster Gauri.
Guest Shan has raised his hand.
Okay, wonderful.
Even Hussein has raised his hand.
Tough choice to make. Let's give it to Shan this time. We'll take Toastmaster Hussein after Shan. So, Master, could you please highlight Shan? Thank you. Shan, could you please check your audio and video?
Yeah. Okay. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Shan, your topic is secret to success. Shan, secret to success. Secret to success, Shan.
Yeah. Thank you. So everybody's life, there is an importance of a secret, and secret may not be very big. Secret can be small, can be funny, can be anything. So here I would like to share one small experience which I had faced. In my childhood, I was from very small town near to Nagpur, maybe 100 kilometers away from the Nagpur. And whenever I was young, maybe around 10 years or maybe less than that, or maybe 12 years something. So as I was in small town and I had a dream to be a film star. So it is very funny, very difficult, but okay, dream is dream. No one can blame on the dream or compare with this. So what I did, how I feel this. Sometimes my hairs were little bit longer, and there is one place in my town. There is Gandhiji's statue and one white color wall, and beside that wall there is one small road, and another side of the road there is a saloon shop, very small shop, and there is a bulb. So every time in the evening, or you can say late evening, I used to walk on the road. So what happened? The bulb on this saloon, that my shadow is falling on the white wall. And I used to just see my the shadow. Remember, this guy was only 10 to 12 years old. And I was looking my face and my hairs like this. Oh, I am looking like a Mithun Chakravarti. Nice. So I can be a film star whenever I will young. So like this was a small dream, but as after that the time goes, okay. So I started my complete my education, then engineering and all these things. So from the small town guy, when I went to a big steel plant, there are many good students, many good boys there. They were, you can say, from very big family and maybe brilliant than me. They got a very high percentage and something. But I was very confident. I am different than others. So only this confidence gave me the platform, and you can say a successful life. And at this stage, I'd worked in a lot of steel plants, more than I work around more than 10 countries and all. So I would like to say again, see, the secret of success is confidence on you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shan. Wonderful life lesson, but you also gave us a lesson on physics with the bulb and the wall and the object in between, that's you. So 2 learnings. Wonderful. Toastmaster Hussain, would you like to go next as you had wanted to?
Yes.
Okay. Zoom Master, could you please highlight Toastmaster Hussain? Thank you. Toastmaster Hussain, kindly check your audio and video. Toastmaster Hussain, kindly check your audio and video once.
Yes, I guess I am audible.
Yes, you're audible. Toastmaster Hussain.
Am I audible? Yes.
Yes, you are audible and visible. Toastmaster Hussain, your topic is?
Am I audible now? No?
Toastmaster Hussain, you're audible to us. Right now, I'm not able to see you, but I was able to see you a couple seconds back.
Right. Right.
Okay, I think we can still go ahead. Toastmaster Hussain, your topic is, what is strange, the Bermuda Triangle or a girl's indecisiveness? Toastmaster Hussain, what is strange, Bermuda Triangle or a girl's indecisiveness? What is strange, Bermuda Triangle or a girl's indecisiveness, Toastmaster Hussain?
Yeah, you're ready to go. everything in the world was going very well. Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible. Go ahead.
Hello? No, you're not getting me? Audible now? Yeah. Everything in the world was going very fine. God had created Adam, and he was just lurking around, looking around, and he was wondering what to do. And he suddenly decided, okay, along with Adam, I would create an diametrically opposite person, and that would be called an Eve. Everything was fine until Eve was created. Everything started to go wrong after Eve was created. Confusion, destruction, desperation, all these things came only after Eve was created. And Eve is the reason why we men still have this thing here till now. You can make it alive out of a Bermuda Triangle. There is a slight bit of chance. There are people who have come out alive of the Bermuda Triangle, but you cannot survive an indecisive woman. If she has not decided what she has to buy today from the mall, you are rest assured until 11 o'clock, you are going to stay in the trial rooms along with her, decided what she wants to wear that night on the party. I'm sure you'll not be able to make it to the party. And these are not examples which are bookish. These are day-to-day examples that we find in our lives. So an indecisive woman is more dangerous than a Bermuda Triangle, hands down. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussain. So we have 2 more topics to go. Who would want to volunteer? Or if I may ask Toastmaster Kavita to go for it. Toastmaster Kavita, would you like to take it up? You're on mute, Toastmaster Kavita.
Yeah, okay.
Zoom Master, kindly spotlight Toastmaster Kavita. Toastmaster Kavita, kindly check your audio and video once.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
visible.
Only thing, timer. Yes, I can see the timer as well.
Toastmaster Kavita, your topic is a memorable secret plan you planned. Toastmaster Kavita, a memorable secret plan you planned. A memorable secret plan you planned, Toastmaster Kavita.
Okay. I'm just taking 30 seconds to process.
Sure.
Yeah. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I think there is a lot of secret happening. And yes, time for me to address few of my secrets as well. Memory, yes, that goes in the past, but manifestation goes in the future. So maybe the memories which I have created for the future, they are more of manifestation, and those are my secrets that I'm going to share today with all my fellow Toastmasters, because I feel they are my soul tribe and they would connect to it. So yes, in my mind, whenever I come across a platform like this, I'm an orator. I have my YouTube channel. I have been taking a lot of lessons on psychology, philosophy. So yes, that is one of my very own secret, that whenever I get a little time, I think that I need to raise my vibrations so that those memories come into manifestation. I'm talking about the book The Secret as well. So I follow it big time, and I've been applying that for almost like 7 years now. And yes, that's a secret shortcut to my dreams. So yes, the memorable secret plan that I keep recreating in my mind every time I take a little nap, and that is the easiest part to my subconscious training. So yes, in my mind, I am this person uh, who has all these things, and which I see myself doing it in the future for the next 2 or 3 years. And then the moment the music, there is a little music that I put to it to create those memories, and they just flow. And yeah, and then I come to reality, and the reality is a bit different. And then I have to reconnect to reality, and the memories, yes, they get grounded in the present. So I think I'm time up. So the red is the last one. It could go on and on. I got a little lost and carried away. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kavita. We indeed could see and feel your conviction about the secret in Rhonda Byrne. Looking at the timings and to maintain the schedule of the meeting, I would want to end this session here. Timer, could you let us know if all the speakers have qualified?
I'm afraid 2 of them have not qualified. One is Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. He went up with 4 seconds. And we have a guest, Shantanu, who went up till 3 minutes. Rest, everyone has qualified.
Oh, I did qualify.
Yes, Toastmaster Kavita, you did qualify. Toastmaster Ali Akbar, who was the first, what was the first name that you said did not qualify?
Toastmaster Chandrasekhar and Shantanu Deshpande.
I think Toastmaster Sriram.
Sriram, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, Toastmaster Sriram. Sorry, Toastmaster Sriram.
Okay. Zoom Master, could you please launch the polls for the best table topic speaker?
Can I get a confirmed list of the speakers again, because I deleted some other name by mistake?
Okay, Toastmaster Niyamat, Toastmaster Vaibhav,
Okay.
Toastmaster Hussain, and Toastmaster Kavita.
No guess?
Others haven't qualified.
Okay, just give me a minute.
We are really sorry for the other volunteers who couldn't make it to this session, but we have to do this to maintain the schedules. I see the polls are up. Zoom Master, have you received all the votes?
Yes.
Thank you, Zoom Master. Thanks everybody for participating and engaging in this session. I had a wonderful time conducting the table topic sessions. I hope you have enjoyed as well. Over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sangharsh. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shefali, for conducting such an entertaining session today. Now, let's move towards the strangest secret. And I will give away the game here. So, why we don't use our mind for our abundant success? Here is the answer. Our mind is come us to for free. And the things we got from nothing, we place little value on it. And the things we paid money for, we value. And the reality is, everything that is worthwhile in our life come to us for free. Our mind, our soul, our bodies, our hopes, our dreams, our ambitions, our intelligence, our love, our family, our children, our friends, our country, all these priceless things are for free. And we take it for granted. We can use our mind for bigger things in life, but we use it for some little things. We can alter our life by altering our attitude towards the mind. We are the sum total of our thoughts. It's up to you how you use it, for good or for bad. This is the strangest secret in the world. Having said that, let's move towards the third round of the day. That is last round, evaluation round. So help me welcome General Evaluator to present her final report, Toastmaster Monica. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Monica.
Check, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Good evening, everyone. I'm back here to present the evaluation round. I once asked what evaluation was, and I got quite a few replies, and the one answer that remains with me and resonates with me was the one given by Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Saurabh said, evaluation or the evaluator is an absolute still lake that reflects the moon, that's the speaker. The moon sees its spots clearly, while the lake sings about the beauty of the moonbeam that shines in the dark. So moving on to the evaluations, I would now like to invite Toastmaster Saurabh to present his evaluation for the speech of Toastmaster Ankit. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Saurabh.
Yes. Thank you. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
And I would like the timer. I would try to pin him. Otherwise, yes, I can. Wonderful. All right. Timer, don't start, okay? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This is a Chinese proverb. Unlike Chinese products, Chinese proverbs do last. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, today we witnessed Toastmaster Ankit take that first step in his journey to become a great public speaker and to be a committed Toastmaster. What was remarkable about his debut today was from the first instance that he came up on the podium or the stage, or now we call the video, he showed enthusiasm by acknowledging the theme for today and the Toastmaster of the day and how happy he was to be a part of this meeting. This confidence and enthusiasm was carried throughout his speech. And that is the reason, not only as an evaluator, but as an audience, I could remain with him throughout the speech without losing any attention. So, as it was his icebreaker, my job is to evaluate him, not getting so much into the finer details and nuances of the speech, but let's go back to what was the basic requirement or the objective for him to achieve today. One was to introduce himself to us, and the second was to understand the basic structure. Did he introduce himself to all of us? Wonderfully so, I would say that. In fact, he used, first I would say that it is very difficult to tell your life story in 4 to 6 minutes. And it's very hard to compress that. He chose a theme, which was, what is my identity? Something that everybody relates to and is searching for maybe even today. Throughout the speech, I could see that common thread in the speech, which he chose as his theme. And coming to the structure of the speech, I would say that next time when you come here on stage, Ankit, I want to ask you to use a personal talent that you shared with us, that is of storytelling. If you use storytelling in your speeches, you will be able to follow the structure of a good speech and do far better. But I want to commend you on one thing, that I never felt like this was a first time speaker talking, because there was some small emphasis, words of impact that you use. Like when you were saying perfect, there was an emphasis, verbal emphasis. Then you said something was missing. And phrases like without batting an eyelid or something like that. So these were very important observations that I had, but there must be some takeaway for you, right, to take in the speech, in this evaluation. There were two I would give you. One is slow it down a little bit. And the second is be a storyteller no matter what you have to say. That is my summary of your speech, which I really enjoyed, Ankit, and I wish you all the best in your journey. Thank you.
Thank you for such a wonderful evaluation, Saurabh.
Moving on to the next evaluation. The next evaluator is Toastmaster Weber, who will be presenting his evaluation for Toastmaster Dipali speech. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Weber. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Weber.
Check. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Right. Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. They say well begun is half done. Dipali seems already on her way to getting this done much faster than most of us would want to. I would stick to my evaluation as the Toastmaster suggests. I would talk about where the speaker, that's Dipali, excelled, where she would want to work on, and what she could do to challenge herself more. First, beginning with what she excelled at, the beginning with a story that caught attention of all the audience, all the members in the audience. She appeared completely relaxed on the screen. The eye contact, as now it is required to maintain with the camera that you have in front of you, that was close to perfect. There were good complementary gestures that we could see. The expressions and voice modulations were superb. I have yet to come across a first speech that had so much of expression, so much of voice modulation in the time that I've spent here. There were proper pauses at right places to emphasize the emotion that was carried with those words, with that story. What you would want to work upon, what I felt Dipali could work upon, was the structuring of the story. I felt that the story spoke for most of the time about her family and father, whereas the objective of the speech was to speak about herself and introduce herself to the club. And I felt the speech could have focused more, the content could have focused more on her own likings or whichever part, more on her rather than the family, is what I felt. And that's mostly the part that I would want to suggest as far as goes to challenge yourself. There could be a longish story. That's where it talks about introducing yourself. So keeping an idea, keeping a attention on what the objective of the speech is could be a thing that you would want to keep an eye on, because that's what the projects further go on. They are more about the objective of the speech and whether the speaker has fulfilled those objectives or not, and that's where the evaluations also come into picture. But overall, as I begin, it was well begin, and I guess it's more than half done. Well done, Dipali. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, and keep all these points in mind. Thank you.
It's time now to move on to the next evaluation. The next evaluator for the evening is Toastmaster Niyamat, who will be presenting her evaluation for Toastmaster Vaidehi's speech. Let's welcome Toastmaster Niyamat. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Niyamat.
Check, am I audible? Great, okay. Now you can start. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Vaidehi, she delivered her first speech in the Toastmasters program. Although this wasn't technically her first speech, she did come out after a long time. And it was wonderful listening to an icebreaker speech. I'll be dividing the evaluation in 3 parts: the positives of her speech, a few negatives, and how she can take her speech to the next level. You began with a story, which is always a good hook, and it's something that keeps the audience glued to what you're saying. It's a circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love, until we find our place in the path unwinding. This is what Rafiki said in The Lion King. And this is what title you chose for giving your speech. And which is why I think when it comes to justifying your title, you did a good job. Because you didn't only give us a chronological sequence of events, but you gave us the crest and troughs. There were the highs and the lows. There were times when you were completely in the dumps and you lost yourself. And there was also a time when you found yourself again, which is why you felt that it came round full circle. You have good voice quality, very good diction, rich vocabulary, beautiful language, nice adjectives in all the right places, idioms perfectly used. You were very calm, cool, and collected, which shows that you were confident. You were paying attention to what your speech wanted to, you were trying to give to the audience. What you wanted to say was that you had a take-home message towards the end. You always had a pleasant smile. There was a very well rehearsed speech which you delivered to the audience, so which also showed that you had practiced and you were prepared for what you wanted to give. You began and spoke on basically 3 main topics. One is when you began with a passion for teaching, the love for teaching. You gave a small humorous story. You went on to saying how you found a passion for baking. And then you talked about your profession. And this is how you kind of juggle between these 3, between the teaching, the baking, and the teaching to children. So that is how you kind of, again, came around full circle. Now, a few negatives which I felt, or a few places where I feel that you can improve, is you could do with a few gestures. Although we're sitting on a virtual platform, a few gestures and eye contact is required. Second, I felt that you were very engrossed in your own speech, and hence you were not paying attention to the audience's response. So although it is something which is very relevant to all of us, because we definitely want to know you, but you probably could have included the audience in your story. For example, when I'm narrating that I was, as a young girl, I was playing the role of teacher, talking to an imaginary friend. I'm sure you all must have done that. So as soon as I asked that question, I've included all of you all in my speech. I think that is one place that you could have taken it. And second, I feel you need to get out of your comfort zone. Now you need to take it a notch higher, do something different, take up something that you've probably not done before. And these are only 2 suggestions. Lastly, you gave the take-home message, which I think we all should take with us, is you cannot heal the world until you heal yourself. So thank you for that, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Niyamat. I would like to confirm with the timer if all the evaluators have qualified.
No. Don't say it.
Just 5 seconds up, Niyamat. Saurabh and Vaibhav have qualified. Thank you.
Zoom Master, can you please launch the poll for voting for the best evaluator?
Please give me 20 seconds. I need to edit the polls now.
Yes.
It's okay. They won't vote for me.
A lot of us are frozen.
Zoom Master, are we good to go?
Waiting. We are kind of stuck in a tiebreaker, so I request everyone to vote.
Wow.
It's okay. We have had
It's okay.
ties earlier. It's okay.
Yeah, and always there's only one way to break a tiebreaker. You just add one more
Super
person.
over.
You add one more person.
Okay, let's move ahead, please.
Has everybody voted?
Yes.
I have not voted because I got disconnected in between and I did not listen to any of the speeches, any of the evaluations.
So you can't
I did not vote.
Can we move
23
ahead?
votes. Okay, anyways, go on, please.
So now it's time for my team to present their reports. I would first like to invite the timer for this evening, Toastmaster Ali Akbar, to come and present his report. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Ali Akbar.
Good evening, everyone. And what a beautiful way of keeping the timing. In the beginning, it was like I was into a storytelling world. I had 3 storytellers, Toastmaster Ankit at 5 minutes, Toastmaster Dipali at 5 minutes and 51 seconds, and Toastmaster Vaidehi at 5 minutes and 58 seconds. With the table topics, we had Toastmaster Niyamat at 1 minute and 59 seconds, Toastmaster Sriram at 2 minutes and 33 seconds, Toastmaster Vaibhav at 1 minute and 58 seconds. We had S. Shantanu at 3 minutes, Toastmaster Hussain at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, Toastmaster Kavita at 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Going towards the evaluators, we had Toastmaster Saurabh at 3 minutes and 26 seconds, and Toastmaster Vaibhav at 2 minutes and 56 seconds, and Toastmaster Niyamat at 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So this was my report, but before I leave, let me share the secret of time with you, which I promised that I'll reveal. Basically, time is a mental you made up. It is an illusion. Who decided how many seconds are going to be in a minute? How many minutes in an hour? How many days? How many weeks? How many months? Roughly 2,000 years ago, a group of people, all like us, decided this. It's all made up. So the first secret is time exists nowhere other than your mind. The second secret is you are the one who gives time the meaning to it. Number 3, now is the only moment that matters. Let's all of us live in the now. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Akbar. Moving on, let's invite Toastmaster Brajesh to read out his report, the AHA counter. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Brajesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the speakers and evaluators. They were wonderful. And I really wanted to say that I didn't find a lot of, crutch words or pauses or filler words. So I don't have anything to say. But yeah, there were few crutch words used by Toastmaster Ali Akbar, Toastmaster Shanghars, Toastmaster Niyamat once, Toastmaster Kavita R twice and so thrice. But overall, you guys were flawless, and it's wonderful. So thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brajesh. I would now like to invite Toastmaster Gauri, the grammarian, to present her report. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Gauri.
Hello, am I audible and visible? Okay, so I'll be starting my report, and I have just divided the report into 2 parts: the good usage of grammar and not that good usage of grammar. and I'll not be specifying who used that. So let's get started with that. I have to say that today's speech was a delight for me, and there were not so many bad usages of grammar. The good words used were destiny, engulfed, propel, canopy, enticing, rekindled, intrigue, mystique, and the phrases that were used were snatched away and lose friendship to marriage, etc. That were good usages of grammar. And coming to the bad usage, a speaker would be evaluated by and not would be evaluating by. These are the results and not this is the results. And what an excellent performance, not what a excellent performance. Why do we fail to achieve? Why are we failing to achieve? Actually, sorry. Why do we fail to achieve? Not why did we? I actually kind of don't remember that thing. Okay, let's move on. And sorry that I got disconnected and did not hear the evaluations part. And the word of the day was used by Toastmaster Vaibhav. And the word of the day was used by guest Sriram. I did not forget to mention you. And you also used the phrase of the day. And that's it from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gauri. And now, coming to my notes or my observations as the GE. The meeting started at 6:03 p.m. We can still work a bit on it and start at 6 sharp. There was some problem regarding the pinning of the video. If this could have come to the forefront before, we could have started at 6. The SA opened the meeting and mentioned the PSR rule, and he also mentioned that the guests do leave their numbers in the chat boxes. The presiding officer warmly greeted all the guests and members, and the guests were introduced very well. Coming to the Toastmaster of the day, he came up with a very unique theme that was Strangest Secrets, an interesting theme that was recondite to me at least. And the Toastmaster of the day explained the segments of the meeting very well, and he even mentioned the standing ovation protocol for the icebreaker speeches. The timer introduced his role very innovatively and was in sync with the theme. Using screen backdrops for as timing cards was very useful, as it did not clash with anyone who would have wanted to use or share the screen. And he even explained the change of cards very well. The timer report was a detailed one. The R counter explained his role very well. I wish he could have given a more detailed report. The grammarian, that's Toastmaster Gauri, explained her role really well. She introduced the word of the day and the phrase of the day, and also introduced the thumbs up and the clap emoticon rule. She also typed it in the chat box that was visible to us and easy for all of us to make use of. And she gave a detailed report regarding the good and the better usage of grammar that one could make, and also the number of times the word of the day and the phrase of the day was used. Now coming to the Zoom masters, we had 2 Zoom masters today, and they did a wonderful job shifting their duties in between. That was really smooth. Only thing, if we could, the Zoom masters could have addressed the problem of pinning of video, it could have saved a lot of time, and it would not have caused as an interruption in between the speeches. But also kudos to them that they very promptly came up with a solution. Moving on to the table topics master of the day, Toastmaster Shefali. The table topics were in sync with the theme and very interesting. You did explain the 4 skills about table topics and why they are necessary. You also explained the timings very well. And about the evaluators, I don't have anything to say. We had the best of the evaluators for this evening. Well, that's all from me. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica, for such a constructive feedback you have given. Now, timer, let us know have all the role players are qualified or not.
Except the R counter, everyone is qualified.
Except the R counter. Okay, so Zoom Master, can you launch the poll for the best role player?
Yeah, I need to edit that as well now. Just give me 10 seconds, not more than 10 seconds.
All right.
Done with the polls, we can proceed.
Thank you, Zoom Master. So, my dear fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, you know the stranger's secret now. It's up to you how you use your mind for good or for bad. So, here are some principles I would like to share with you. And then I will conclude. You become what you think about. So, good things attract good things in life. So, think about the good things. Work daily on your goals, deliberately. And keep in mind that ideas are worthless unless you act on them. So act on your ideas and fulfill your dreams and achieve success. All the very best for the future. Having said that, I would like to hand over the meeting to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Ali Akbar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangarsh, for indeed opening up the very strange secret. I mean, the last three or four principles which you spoke, if each one of us just follow it, I'm telling you, we are going to have a beautiful life. So that's very nice of you to share with all of us. I am sure that all of us have enjoyed today's meeting with the speakers, with the table topic masters, and the evaluation, which has gone through for these couple of hours. So I would like the Zoom master now to kindly put in the presentation to give away the awards for today's evening. Okay. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Saurabh. Zoom master, can you please spotlight Toastmaster Saurabh?
While sharing screen, I won't be able to spotlight him.
Okay, no worries. Toastmaster Saurabh, that is for you. Congratulations. Moving to the next slide. The best table topics speaker award goes to Toastmaster Vaibhav. Toastmaster Vaibhav, best table topic speaker award. Is he there? Okay. And the best speaker award.
Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you, Vaibhav. And the best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Dipali.
Thank you so much.
And the Role Player Award for today is Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sangharsh, for letting us know and letting out the strangest secrets of the world. Where is he, Toastmaster Sangharsh?
Yes. And finally, I would like to say something that I will share the audio file of the strangest secret, because what I shared here is just a tip of iceberg.
Oh, wow.
So I'll share the audio version as well, personally, or if
You can put it onto the group. You can put it onto the group.
I'll do that.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. These were the awards for the evening. This is how our meeting goes. We are happy. We are glad that all of you were here today. If I request each and every one of you to please turn on your cameras before I can hand it over to Asa. And before I do that, I would once again like to thank our area director, Dipalika, for being there for this meeting today. All our guests for attending our meeting till the end of the program, and all the Toastmasters of Nagpur Toastmasters Club to making it a wonderful evening. So let us hear from all of us. Over to you, Sa, for the day.
So with this, I would like to close the meeting, and our next 150th meeting would be held on 22nd of August, same time, same place. Thank you.
Photo, please.
Yeah, photo, please.